Hello, beautiful souls. So I was responding to a post on this social media platform I'm on, Ibble, right? Um, and the topic was in the polyamory group, and then it just kind of sparked, you know, some thoughts in my own head, and I thought I would share them. But I think, for so long, we have been conditioned to see relationships as this like concrete thing, right? Like, this is what a relationship looks like. These are the components to it. These are the things that it needs to have. And if it doesn't have those things, then it's wrong. That's not the way you're supposed to relationship, you know? And it's like there are right and wrong ways, and it really boxes us in. It forces us to kind of, well, it forces many of us to go against our natural instincts or natural feelings, and kind of makes one feel, out of place for feeling differently than the society's standard, right? And I just think it's so important that we start to reshape the way we look at certain things, especially as we are moving towards a more, I guess, socially progressive society. A lot of we're gonna have to work on shifting our perspectives on a lot of things. The way we see a lot of things, we tend to judge things that don't fit into our idea of what they should be, right? You think of polyamory and people that have open relationships, and their relationships work and thrive, yet still we have some judgments as though it's wrong, right? But what I think is wrong is to force people to adhere to standards that go against their true nature. You think of relationships where there's a lot of infidelity. Some people are not meant to be monogamous, and we force ourselves to think that this is what we're supposed to be like, so we try to go against our instincts. But some people really just are not meant to be monogamous. Some people are not meant to be with just one person, and I think it's important that we allow ourselves to be truly self-aware about what we want, because that's when we fall into problems, when we're going against what we truly want, what we truly desire, right? If you are someone that knows that you want to share yourself, your love with many people, that's something you have to be honest and open about, because if you force yourself into a monogamous relationship, you're going to start feeling trapped. It's going to feel, yeah, you're going to feel trapped. And maybe, you're someone that is, truly strong-willed and you're able to fight that urge. Maybe you're not, and you give in and you end up betraying your partner, right? Because you gave them certain expectations, right? You weren't honest with yourself, you weren't honest with your partner, and that creates tension, right? So it's so important that we become really self-aware about what we want, right? Yeah. I don't remember. I don't remember where I was gonna go with that. I feel like I had more that I wanted to say. But yeah. yeah, just really get in touch with yourself and be sure that you're being truly honest about what it is that you want and what it is that you're okay with. And this is for even if you're someone that's in a polyamorous relationship, you know. Sometimes people that are in relationships, you know, one individual realizes that they are polyamorous and the other one, you know, isn't. And they try to conform to that for that person, right? They try to be okay with that. But if they are not truly and fully self aware and they're not certain, absolutely certain that this is something that they are okay with, that could lead to issues down the line, you know? So being sure that whatever situation it is that you're in is one that you are truly satisfied in, you know? Society, I think, has also kind of ingrained in us that if a relationship ends, that somehow it's a failure, you know? And somehow it means that you have failed. But, you know, I don't necessarily see it that way. I don't see it as a failure. I see it as a point of growth. You know, as long as you allowed yourself to find the lessons in that relationship, to find the things about yourself that you learned through that relationship, you know. If you allow yourself to grow, then regardless of what happens, that relationship is a blessing, you know, and that's something that you should be grateful for. And even if it's ending, you know, sometimes, yes, it's disappointing, but over time, I think you start to realize, I don't know. You know, for me, I can really only speak from my perspective, and with any of my relationships that I have been in, while at the time it might have been painful, you know, and there might have been remorse, regret, you know, um, whatever it is that you're feeling in that time, you know, looking back on them, I have absolutely no regrets, you know. I've been able to learn and grow from all of them. You know, they have all blessed me in different ways, and I am just grateful, you know. Um, you know, my most recent relationship, I was married for a whopping year. I mean, I guess technically papers haven't necessarily been signed, but we are, um, you know, officially separated. Um, and I have absolutely no regrets for that relationship. You know, I have learned so much and grown so much, and I'm so grateful to him and to the relationship, to all the highs and all the lows. You know, I have, you know, great memories to take with me, and um, you know, a friendship, you know, at um, maybe not um, maybe not the closest friendship at the moment, but you know, potential for um, a true friend, you know. Um, but yeah, I am grateful for all of it, you know, and while my opinion might not be shared, I wouldn't change anything, you know, I wouldn't have done anything differently, because I am absolutely happy with who and where I am right now in this moment, you know. Um, I definitely went off topic. Polyamory. Right? Polyamory. Yeah. I think it's just important that we as individuals work on shifting our perception of things and opening our minds up to looking at things differently, right? Um, Relationships aren't a fixed thing, right? It's not something that we can really define because it looks different for everyone, right? It looks different for everyone. And that's perfectly okay. Just because someone relationship's different than you, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with that. That's fine. Variety, diversity, we thrive in that, right? Embrace it. Embrace differences. Embrace variety. Um, you know, it's boring when everything is the same. You know, allow yourself to just open your mind a bit. Just a bit. Maybe a little bit more than a bit, you know, depending on how closed the mind is. Some of us need to do a little bit more work than others. But yeah, try and open things up a bit, you know. I think I've sufficiently gone all over the place. Perhaps I shall end this here. But if you have made it this far, thank you so much for tuning in, for listening. If you have any thoughts, leave a comment. I would love to, you know, hear what people have to say, you know, on the topic of, you know, relationships, polyamory, you know, or anything. If it sparks any other idea in your brain, you know, we could talk about that. You know, it could be aliens. You want to talk about aliens? We could talk about aliens. I'm cool with that. Whatever. But yeah, I think that is all. Yeah. Sending so much love